Yeah, my family, what is good, everybody? What is good? Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Really appreciate everybody stepping into the chat. Make sure to throw those A's if you are already here. Make sure to throw those A's if you can hear your boys speak. What is good, my people? What is good? Oh, my goodness. A little bit of a stumble here, man. I actually didn't press that go live. Right, so this music has actually been playing this whole time. The countdown didn't even start, but we are here now. Aiden Davis, what's up, man? What's up? Good to see you here, bro. Good to see you. But guys, yeah, it was actually my fault, right, to not press that go live button. But we are here now. Everything is happening, right? So let me get rid of this Discord thing right here and get the charts moving on up, right? So yeah, guys, I actually just put out a video. What's up, Kate? Good to see you here. Austin D, what's up, man? I actually just put up a video on BBBY. Okay, so if you guys are curious about what this ticker is doing, I haven't covered it in a while by, just to kind of be as clear as I can be. I was wondering if I was at the wrong party. My dude, yeah, but I haven't covered this BBBY ticker in quite a while. And that's because of the entire capitulation event happening, right? But yeah, so Johnny, I was actually just saying, what's up, Monster Mike? Good to see you. I was actually just saying that I actually didn't press the go live button, and the countdown has been happening this whole time. Oh my goodness, your boy messing up all kinds. But it's okay, you guys. We are good. We are good now. It looks like we are live and everything is looking pretty nice, right? So Austin D saying, I've heard BBBY is gonna boom. Austin, actually, I was waiting for somebody to say that. Please let me know what you're talking about. Is it like a fundamental play or something? Off Grid Gorilla, what's up? Good to see you here. Yeah, so is it let's see, haven't got to see the video just yet. So yeah, I'm presenting a pretty weird opportunity here because me and moderator Cal actually noticed that there could be something brewing, right? And I mean, just for you guys here, there is a 5-day volatility versus momentum backtest that I actually performed on this. It has a high hit rate. It has about a 71% hit rate, right? So, and it's 35 iterations, so it's pretty good. It's not bad. And an upside is to be expected of about 62%. But the thing is that, like, for example, here, let me just show you this. For example, in this iteration here, let me just adjust this line just a little bit here because this is in fact where we are. So zooming out, this is the stochastic momentum. This tells us like, going down or we're going up or whatever. So notice how it's starting to balance out, right? So where is it balancing out though? Check this out. So looking historically, it has never been this low ever. So this is like the biggest, capitulation that the stochastic momentum has ever seen. So what I'm trying to say here is that there could be a pretty explosive move, from something that's actually so critically oversold, right? So as this would be the one-off, this would be one iteration out of those 35 where there is just this crazy oversold percentile, right? And not only that, it's just your volatility too. It's just starting to print 5-day bars here. So every single, every iteration of 5 days that close, a red bar gets printed as long as we are maxed out in volatility. So this is something is bound to pop. And you know what? I hated that I didn't mention this in the video. So I guess you guys are gonna get it right now, but 209 is the reversion variant. So I don't know, but there is still, just watch the video, okay? Just watch the video. Just know that this is something that I didn't say on the video. The reversion variant is suggesting $2.09, which is just so freaking explosive. I don't know, man. Just keep an eye on it. And, but yeah, put it on your watch lists, right? But I do expect I guess a loading zone to be coming in, and I also did express that too in the video. Okay, so a loading zone could be coming in the next days or so, right? Particular to these potential two targets, but I give a really detailed explanation as to why I came up with this 2411 and this 1653. So I encourage you to watch the video before you make any types of decisions, right? So just please go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, and you guys know that broadening descending wedges are usually like a bullish thing. right? So in this situation, it actually played out the way it's supposed to play out. This is historically the way broadening descending wedges have to play out, but the narrative just got changed up like crazy over the last like year. So these I have I don't know, like 30 different charts of, you know, me that I actually personally charted out with this formation, realizing its topside target, which would be at the genesis of the formation, like 3206. So this is traditionally how you trade this, but before 2021. So I explain how all this happens. Okay, so I encourage you guys, watch that video whenever you can. All right, but yes, very good to see everybody in here. Johnny Barnes, what's up, man? Don't you laugh at me. I'm telling you, man. I actually I got in a little. I don't know. I just got trigger happy, right, or something. I just wanted to be able to stream for the community here just a little bit earlier, right? So we can get some East Coast people here, so they don't have to actually stay up until 2 in the freaking morning waiting for your boy, right? So Aiden, you're back, right? Are you in New York, or where are you, bro? But yeah, man, it's all good. Yeah, I got mad trigger happy here. I guess I didn't actually press go live, but everything else is saying the stream preview is good and you are looking good. You know, the signal is strong, right? Oh, you're back in Cali. What the heck, man? I'm in Cali. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. So, oh, nice, man. Hello from Florida. What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, actually, you know what? That's actually something I was going to talk to you guys about. I didn't put out the videos for GTII or for COSM, so I was actually just gonna cover them here real quick tonight and try to at least get that in there. Stick Vicious, my battle, dude. I hope I didn't actually mess up your sleeping schedule, right, dude? But I am here, I am live. I'm actually trying to see if we can gain some prep for before tomorrow, right? So Chop, what is up, my dude? Good to see you here in the chat. What's up, man? So yeah, I'm sorry that I actually came in a little bit earlier, right, guys? But I do have to express to you that the ticker pickers that I do at night are coming to an end, and I'm going to start switching that schedule, okay? I'm going to start switching that schedule to a few days a week or something in the early... Yeah, we're going to look at EYPT today, no problem at all. We're going to be looking at... I'm going to be streaming now. I'm going to announce it soon enough, but I'm going to start streaming in the AM now during market hours and stuff, okay, you guys? So as I'm trying to correct my son's schedule, and it's getting there. Right, so dude, man, Chop, I hear that. It would actually be I think it would be a better time to stream, you know? At least we'd be able to see the market volatility together. We'd be able to see what trends are coming in, prep for the next day's play, you know, all that stuff. So it is good, man. It is. I think it would be a healthier change now that I am getting my son back, right? So he should be going down tonight. I'm not kidding you guys. I am not kidding. He was going down, let's see, 2 weeks ago, he was going down by about 4 in the morning because of his messed up schedule, right? So I have him back down to about, I think tonight he should be going down around 1 a.m. or 12:30, right around there. So I'm getting him corrected little by little. So Aiden Davis saying 6:30, wake up for some BBBY, my dude. Oh my goodness. So yeah, but wait for it, okay? Because I am expressing a potential downside continuation for BBBY first. But I mean, like this huge candle, smaller candle. It looks like that bear strength is kind of like minimizing, right? So it's looking not bad. Renaissance Wolf, what's up, man? Dude, yeah, I'll put it in the schedule. The schedule is actually entirely all messed up, so don't trust what I'm looking at here. What you're looking at here are the tabs are actually my kind of daily things that I kind of revise and put up. Right, so I have my COSM like pretty ready to go. I have my GTII pretty ready to go, right? Because those are the typical things that I've been covering. But yeah, things are going to start changing here for the Arca Bulls family, you guys, and we're going to be starting to look at some higher tier stocks. We're going to be looking at some small caps to mid caps, and also the blue chips too, right? So the whole narrative is going to be changing around for Arca, right, you guys? So, and this is in respects to coming in the earlier sessions for the streams, right? So definitely expect it to come in within, I don't know if it's going to be this week or the following week, guys, but yeah, I'm going to be streaming in the AM during market hours, and I think a lot of people may actually appreciate that, right? So if you're new to the chat, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. And we're going to be getting started pretty soon right here. We got to look at, we got to look at actually the SPY, right? So that's usually how we started off. So let me actually bring up this other chart from my other screen here, and then we can start off the analysis. And yeah, somebody asked me earlier, I think it was, when was it? KYP, what's up? Good to see you. I'm happy that you're actually not having to stay up until freaking, 38 in the morning waiting for Arca to come on, right? So we are here now. All good, all good. All right, so yeah, you guys, so we're going to try to get that moving, and I'm going to be announcing that pretty soon, okay? So just know that that is the case. So guys, yesterday, I know, Miss L, what's up? What's up, Cal L? What's up, man? Yeah, it's super curious behavior. I was just talking about that with everyone on that BBBY ticker, bro. I definitely think I found the loading zones for this, okay, dude? Just in respects to my moderator, Cal L, my main man himself, I really do think that we can actually check this out. So this candle here, 3-day candle, I took a reversion or an inverse retracement, right? And that's the target to the 2-spot 618 is leading to 1653, which is the broadening descending wedge target, right? And also, if I take an retracement here inversely from just before this capitulation event, this candle here, swing high to swing low, I'm coming out to another 2-spot 618 at 2411. So I know this is kind of a large area, but I think this is it. I think this could be that loading zone before like a ridiculous pump to the upside. And I have noticed, by the way, Cal, that people on Twitter are starting to kind of like buzz about it. And I'm wondering what the heck it could actually be. KYP, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. My stick vicious coming in, dude. Thank you guys. That really means a lot. So yeah. Actually, let me see that. I was just super curious over what was happening here, dude. And so I actually mentioned to everybody that you and I were looking at this just yesterday. And here's another sign. I'm going to look at the hourly right now. But check this out. This is an inverted cup and handle or Adam and Eve formation, right? Usually you get that cup, right? You get the handle, then you get that drop. Then you get the validation of resistance, and then the downside. Literally following it to the T, right? So this is the objective here, 33.67, and it's already at 28. So, dude, I think that the bottom may be soon, or like super close. Stick Vicious, thank you for your dono, my dude. With an early live streams, I'm gonna have to switch from beers to coffee. Yeah, man. So Cal, I actually just mentioned to everybody that I'm going to be starting the stream during the, a couple streams a week, right? So I told them I'm going to be coming in the AM. There's already a positive outlook on it. So I'm excited to kind of get that started, right? So just to be as clear as I can be with the community, right? So we're going to be looking at not only the smaller valuation stuff, right? But we're going to also be looking at blue chips and stuff, dude. And I'm getting a positive response from that too. My goodness. Oh yeah. It looks like I got everyone jacked up, man, for real. Oh my goodness. So what's good? So what's good with this ticker? GRAMF, right? So and it's a pink. It's no TC. Right. Okay. So we definitely have some volatility coming into this thing. Right. So very, very, very cool. Are you looking at this? Oh, we didn't even look at BBY in the hourly, right? But still. Let me check this out, man. What is popping here? Oh, okay. Well, what I could tell you is that this is already breaking market structure, right? So look at this. We already have that. Very likely that bottom has been found. That floor could have been that 13 cents. Damn, this is actually kind of pricey. So it's an example of the scallop cup playing out, right? This thing, right? So, and it looks like it's already rejecting, and it's coming to the upside. So I'm wondering if on the 3-day, oh, dude, yeah, there's clearly a trend trying to start here, right? So are you looking at this on volatility too, by any chance? It's looking pretty juicy. I'm not gonna lie. So it's already actually 3-day is already coming down from critical. It had already played a reversion, but I think that the upper time frames would be actually where it would be, right? So something like maybe the 5-day. Let's see. All right, starting to contract already. Similar to PBBY. Yeah, that's right. That's right, dude. It really is similar to that. So if that is the case, I mean, if it actually plays out an inverted cup, that would really suck, right? Because it does have a little bit of downside here on the 5-day. But when you're starting to look at the 12-hour, oh, dude, no way. I don't even think it's going to actually make the downside. This thing looks like it's ready to pop off right like tomorrow. Dude, no way. Are you serious? Dude, starting from the 4-hour upside pivot, critical volatility, moving average is already about to go under the volatility component. Damn, 6-hour. Also, it's actually starting to expand. Look at that. It's actually about to cross that moving average too. Upside pivot in the bullish control zone. Damn. Oh my goodness. LOL, I was just looking at the short-term upside. Dude, wow. Actually, the 5-day and 3-day are going to be invalidated because of all this. So, Off-Grid Gorilla, that, man, thank you so much, my bro. That really means a lot, dude. Thank you so much. And Chop saying EYPT is structured similarly. That's kind of funny. No way. There's a lot of tickers actually facing this kind of structure, right? So huge move already. We're starting to get that pivot right here to the upside. What we want to see is the volatility component and the moving average pivoted beyond the 15th percentile critical volatility zone, right? So when we have that upside pivot here with an expansion phase starting, paired with this, actually this may do it like tomorrow, right? So in fact, this is getting really juicy. Right, man, damn. Dude, hold on. Let me see the 12-hour too. Dude, 12-hour still with an upside. And in fact, look at this. Look at the stochastics. It looks like it was losing that bull strength right here, but it's gaining thrust again. So this is whoa. Okay, dude, thank you for bringing this up, by the way, moderator Cal. 12-hour massive bullish engulfing right over here. Huge confirmation for a potential upside. Stochastics pivoted to the upside. Contraction phase starting. Damn. And let's see, contraction phase starting. Upside pivot on that daily as well. We were starting to lose the bull strength, but it gained it back. My goodness in heaven, dude. Yes, I think that every single time frame here is playing out that move. Huge buy daily potential engulfing right here. Bullish engulfing in 19 hours. It would be tomorrow. Let's see. So tomorrow closure for the buy daily, and then let's see. So by Friday, we would be able to see. So Friday market open, we would be able to see what this 2-day massive candle did to volatility and momentum. Very likely for us to start contracting, and then this with an upside pivot. Buy daily looks like it has a reversion variant call out. So let's see what that has. 23 cents to that top side right now, right? But remember that this is coming down. Look at this. We also got a long signal on the reversion variant too. We got those sell signals right up here. So it was very good that it did consider that, right? So this is very particular. The signals are very particular. Not all of them do make that upside, right? Like for example here, and we didn't get a sell signal here, right? So not all of them do get it right, but in this case, we're gonna do the SPY. I'm just this is actually just my moderator Cal. He asked me about it, and I'm gonna say yes to my boy anytime. So this is definitely very powerful. Okay, so what I mean here is that's just the mean, 23 cents. But the usual play from the Bollinger Bands is usually played out from the bottom side all the way to the top of the cloud. So the top of the cloud here would suggest 33 cents. So that's kind of huge. All right, so now let's take a fib real quick from that current buy daily iteration and see if we have any geometrics lined up for this. So of course we have it right above the 3.272 and just under the 3.618. It's definitely following some market geometry here, dude. This is a play, guys. Make sure to put this in your watch lists. Something is up with ticker symbol GRAMF. And Cal L saying, thanks, homie. Didn't mean to distract the stream. Just wanted to show an example using the inverse cup for short gains. Dude, this is not just an example. This is a pretty freaking ripe setup. This thing is potentially ready to give us some very nice returns here. And I'm not even sure that anybody is really looking at this right now, guys. So you are kind of catching it early. So upon the closure in 18 hours and 59 minutes, very likely this RSI would have succeeded the 14-day simple moving average and jumped into the gravitational zone for a pull to the upside. So things are getting very, very curious within this ticker. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm sorry that I haven't started with the SPY, but this is setting something up. And also, it's just, guys, we have, I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of things just kind of just setting up right now. It's just BBBY expressing a very similar situation here. This thing is also huge prep, right? So that's just another one for the books, guys. So just keep it in your watch list. See what happens with it, right? Because I'm definitely going to put it in my personal watch list right now. Monster Mike, thank you so much, my dude. That really means a lot. So Off-Grid Gorilla, really, thank you. Thank you for your donation too, you guys. That really means a lot. So please let me know if there's anything I can do to help, right? But we are definitely going to go ahead and get started now and take a look at the SPY, because this is, you know what, let me just make my notes before I start saying what I'm going to say. I know that a lot of you were actually curious as to why there was a capitulation event rather than a continuation to the upside. Because if you were paying attention to the CPI read, we came at 5% when the expectations were supposed to be a 5.2, right? So that means it was a beat. That means that we did good, right? So why did the market sell off? Well, I actually didn't catch. Oh yeah. Core CPI, which I think it removes. Guys, let me know. The fundamentalists here in the chat. Let me know. They remove what was it, like food, right? They remove from the you know, when you're considering core CPI, there's a couple things that are being removed, and it's also another metric for the Fed to kind of keep an eye on, to be reactive to, right? So we got that core CPI coming in at a I think it was higher, actually, still lower, but it was higher than the expectations. So this is why the markets actually capitulated. The main data that we were looking for was just a consumer price index, right? But the core came in at a negative read, and that's not it was just not all the way where we were expecting it. It's still correction. It's still correcting, right? We did good, but not to the expectation. So this is why we capitulated to a very shorter term support, which in my opinion could actually be indicative of a shorter term continuation to the downside before a reaccumulation event. Okay, so in this particular case, we should eyeball 405.80 coming in for the SPY. Okay, so that would be the wick lows of these iterations here. Right around April 6th was when we faced this range low. Okay, you guys, so it could be that we can face a bounce from this area. If we do capitulate further, though, you guys, there is an inflection point for us to kind of keep in mind, and that would be at 403.26. Okay, but I'm not sure that we actually have all the juice to reach all the way down there, as we are still repairing and are still minimizing inflation. Okay, so despite that we got a little bit of a negative read, we're still kind of in a positive way here. But know for a fact that the Fed is at, we're at 5 now. Okay, the expectations were beat. We're at 5%. We are trying to get down to 2%. Okay, so just to give you an idea as to just how far we are from actually getting down to that number. Okay, you guys. So what I'm trying to say here is don't look at this as too bullish. Okay, don't get overly bullish on the markets. Okay, so we're getting very close to the target that we were looking for. We even reached today at that, let's see, that was a high of 413.75, and our expectations were about 417.02 with a good read, right? But it's not to say that we can't reach it, guys. It's just to say that we got a little bit of a pause because of that core CPI negative read. Okay, so just keep an eye on your broader markets. Keep an eye on your gains. If you are in the profit zone, you know, consider maybe not liquidating, but just just covering, just making sure that you can solidify some profits, right? So if we are, notice here the 4 hour is still suggesting a downside continuation, and if we can actually look at the shorter term, then we can actually see where the SPY may go following into tomorrow. So let's see. We're losing bear strength on the 30 minutes, so that could be indicative of a potential support being found. Again, giving this, the range of about 406.73 to around 405.68 could be that bottom side range, right? So let me move on the buy hourly. And, buy hourly losing a little bit of bear strength, but it's still now entering into the bear strength percentile. This is also giving this some validity. Let's see if we have any type of moving average there, starting here from the bi-hourly, right? Very likely for us to find some type of support. The SMA 100 is located at about 404.90. So that very well could actually be it. As soon as this price action kind of continues to the downside, pumps like this, very likely this SMA 100 would actually make its potential pivot here, just like that, to the bottom side of this support, where we can find that touch and then bounce to the upside. I mean, it's a good enough support of the SMA 100. All right, so the 6-hour time frame does have a continuation to the downside too, crossing that 14-day simple moving average. So if you guys are already long some puts, then you may actually be able to get a scalp here for tomorrow and be able to cover maybe, like I said, guys, between the areas of about 406.75 to about 405.77. That could be a good area for you to close out or liquidate your long puts. Now jumping into the, let me actually see the. Okay, so the daily and the bi-daily are showing that it is a limited downside. Okay, we have that support from the 14-day simple, and not only that, it's in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile. Okay, which is this right here. Okay, bull weakness, bull strength. You have bear weakness and bear strength, and your traditional overbought and oversold levels. Overbought above 70%, oversold under 20, right? Or 30, sorry. So bi-daily, take a look at it again. Bi-daily is suggesting a little bit of a downside continuation here. It may not actually reach all the way to that 14-day simple, but it is there for us to find a support, right? So just basic momentum tactics here, guys. Five-day iteration still actually suggesting the upside. So yeah, I mean, it's there's a high potential here, guys, that the downside is just temporary, and it is we are in the process of actually just correcting that so we can continue on to the upside. It's healthy, right? But we have to be careful, okay? So yeah, that's gonna do it for ticker symbol SPY, and I want to move on. I know somebody asked me about that ticker symbol MARA. And so in order for us to keep in line that ticker symbol MARA, we actually do have to see BTC, because BTC would be its index, right? So I mean, if you're looking at it in that way. So Jay saying, can you look at BT? I'll put it on the schedule here, my dude. I'm not sure that I can get to it, but of course, not a problem. We'll go ahead and put it on here. Riza, what's up, my dude? Good to see you here in the chat. What is up, man? Okay, so yeah, let me put BT, right? So I'm not sure that I've actually ever seen that one, but it's there. All right, my dude. So guys, let's move on here. Let's just try to look at what could be happening here for BTC. As oh my goodness, man. Yeah, this is still macro bullish. However, I don't see this to be like the turnaround to reach like $100,000, like a lot of people are saying, right? I very much doubt that for at least the next year. Right, so we actually still need to solidify a few things. I mentioned that maintaining ourselves above $28,800 around, yeah, I would say, man, no way, it's all the way down here. Yeah, $28,900 would be that overall resistance level right over here, just the top side of this range here. While we are above this, I still have to favor the bulls. And I'm talking about into the daily chart to the 5-day chart. So let's see, another daily closure. Let's see, when will that end? Okay, so the daily just started. Let's look at the 2-day, the bi-daily, sorry, and the 5-day. And 2 days. Okay, yeah, guys. So we got a closure here. Just a couple days ago of the 5-day iteration above that $28,800 level that I'm talking about. That closure is indicative of a continuation to the upside. To remember what I was talking about, this is my algo here. The reversion variant. Where is it? Here we go. So the reversion variant is, I'm sorry, the substance, this one right here. So substance is suggesting two resistances coming up. Okay, this is the one that I was talking about. $32,900 would be the resistance level upon a closure of above $28,800 with a 5-day candle. Okay, so this, I mean, there's going to be a natural little ebb and flow in the short-term time frame but this is very much indicative of a continuation to the upside and very likely to see 32,000, maybe even just below that, right, to about 32,426 bucks over the span of about, I would say, the next week, maybe into maybe Saturday next week. But guys, BTC is looking very bullish in my personal opinion. And while the 5-day volatility versus momentum is starting to mature a bit, there could be still some upside left on that. Yeah, still some upside left on that weekly. So definitely, guys, if we do get, now here's something that you don't even want to hear about, man. If we do get a closure, I would say a minimum, a daily closure above 32,900 bucks, 40,000 is very likely. So I don't want to, I'm a little nervous even saying that, right? But it's there. I mean, the algo is there. It's not me. These are statistical probabilities, just written in script format, right? So this is essentially what I'm looking at, you guys, and keep an eye on your BTC longs, as there could be a very, very insane continuation. Okay, you guys. So yeah, not a problem, my dude. Let me go ahead and put up that ticker as well. That's going to be WW, right? So let's go ahead and put that in there. All right, dude. Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you. Okay, so guys, so now in respects to BTC, then you have your Bitcoin miners, right? So remember that the miners are the reason you get some guys, I don't know when was the last time I looked at this, right? So first of all, look at the color of my RSI. The RSI is not the color of my current RSI. It's different, right? So it's been quite a while since I've actually looked at this, and I have been signaling the potential of a continuation to the upside from this broadening descending wedge for a while. Okay, so we are in fact at that resistance touch of the 1.618 that we spoke about. We are literally at the target that we spoke of the last time. I don't remember when this was, but we are there now. Okay, you guys, and that now means that based on the shorter term ebb and flow that I spoke of for BTC, that could mean that there is a small, very small retracement likely to be a wick down to this channel, which could be at about $8.96 to find this as a validated area of support. Okay, because this is a buy formation breakout. Okay, we have a descending channel with a broadening descending channel disguised within it. Okay, now the importance of this is that we have 1, 2, and 3. We knew that number 3, we colored it red because we had to come back down and validate the support of this channel once again, even though the channel had 1, 2, 3, and this would be the true breakout 4. This was a bear trap. Okay, so we spoke about this a while back. The bear trap happened because both of the formations need to be ready per the golden rule of 3, if it is so that that's kind of facing that, right? This is why I named this the complex breakout buy formation strategy. Okay, so I don't remember when the hell we looked at this, but yes, so this is exactly what I meant. We need to make sure that we get at least 4 tests of both the formations. Okay, so we have test number 1 of the channel, 2 of the channel, 3 of the channel, and 4 of the channel, right? That means we capitulate and try that true breakout number 5. Now, the broadening descending wedge has 1, 2, 3, capitulation, reaccumulation, and test breakout confirmation number 4. Okay, so this is already playing out pretty nicely. If we do get to see $32,900, then the likelihood of us touching 1587 to this target here is it's highly likely. Okay, you guys? And now, in respects to the $40,000 range that I spoke about, that would be us essentially realizing the topside target per the playbook rules of the broadening descending wedge at 41.23. Okay, so pretty interesting time to be long ticker symbol Wolf and ticker symbol MARA. Okay, you guys, 5-day absolute bullish. Okay, and this 5-day iteration will close again in 18 hours and 44 minutes, which would tell us what is going to be in line for the next 5-day iteration. This is very likely going to pressure this into the bullish control zone with an upside pivot and a continuation to the upside in the macro perspective. Okay, you guys, so this is looking extremely bullish. Okay, so I'm talking about just what the chart is saying. It has nothing to do with me. It's just what the chart is saying. So hey, quick question: when you say long, what does that mean? Sorry, newbie here. Not a problem. Long meaning that you buy at a lower level to expect the price of a higher level, right? So you're going long. When you're going short, you're going down. Okay, so meaning that long on puts means that you are buying to bet the downside. Okay, so when you long a call, then you're buying to bet the upside. Okay, so that's just thank you, BBJ. Very nice of you, my bro. So yeah, you guys. So this is looking mighty powerful. Okay, so now in the shorter term time frames, a little bit of consolidation here in the 30-minute. Let's look at the buy hourly. Some downside in the buy hourly, which is already. This is the confirmation that I spoke of. Yep. 6 hour downside, 14-day simple moving average with the gravitational zone support down here, and let's see the 12 hour. 12 hours should actually be, okay, very much corrective here. So again, guys, I'm just going to reiterate it. The shorter time frames are actually telling me that we are in essence coming back down to about 896. Get that long opportunity here, loading zone before a continuation to the upside. I'm telling you, the resistance that we're at right now, the 1.618 at 998 is definitely important. Okay, so even the fib is actually the wrong color, right? So we got to go to the dark OG, and that's damn, I don't even have it in here. Jeez. Okay, so wow, that's how old this chart is. I don't even have it. All right, you guys, but yeah, it's following the plan that we talked about weeks and weeks ago. All right, you guys. So yeah, that's going to do it for ticker symbol MARA. And now, guys, let's go ahead and move on and get out of the way ticker symbol COSM so that we can make sure to see what is happening in the coming days for it, right? So let me just put that down here. After COSM, I may or may not. What's up? And good to see you here live. I actually came in a little bit earlier to try to get some of the West Coast people to say what's up, right? But very good to see you here. Thank you for stopping by. So I have I forgot if you were commenting on COSM or if you were commenting on GTII, right? But nonetheless, we're just going to take a look at this thing real quick, right? So please remember, guys, that we spoke about a potential upside continuation based on, you're up for once and you're in the UK. Damn, I thought you were in like New York or something. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you guys, we looked at a bullish engulfing here on the daily. We definitely got an upside from that, right? What I'm starting to kind of worry about here is it's a very short-term worry, okay? So Amy, what's up with you? Good to see you here. This is a very short-term worry, okay? Because we closed this daily gravestone candle, right? So the gravestone usually suggests a potential downside continuation. This is not by any means, I repeat, this is not by any means the only thing that you should use for a validation for a downside, okay? So that's not it, okay, you guys, because this can print here and easily shake out. This could be a bear trap too, all right? So Stick Vicious saying COSM 10K earnings released after hours today. Bro, what? No way. Where are we within that? Where's the price action headed? I am not able to see it right now. Guys, let me know the current price for COSM right now. I'm trying to open up my broker as well to try to just see what the deal is. How did it come in? Was it an earnings beat? Man, that is awesome. I didn't know that they actually released that. Ooh, boy. All right, so COSM, it's barely anything. So it's up 2.07% on the day and down 1.45%. It's not doing anything. So it's actually just still in a validation, right? So not big news on earnings. Okay, gotcha. WB, thanks for everything you do with that donation, man. Thank you so much. That really means a lot, my brother. Thank you. And it's good to see you here in the chat, as I know sometimes it's a little late when I stream, right? So Flow Society saying just finished reading the COSM filings. Not bad. Further ahead than I expected. Good. So not big news on earnings, said Sig Vicious. Chop saying earnings is on the 14th. Okay. Off-Grid Gorilla was saying it was middle of... Oh, I see. Okay, so not quite bullish, not quite bearish, right? So this is kind of the reason why we're getting this read right now. Okay. Well, down... actually, let me get that exact target right now. So it's at 340, and please know that this is a very strong area of support that we're looking at, right? 337 would be the would be that bottom. So very likely for the after hours to try to even wick below just this, but this is a very strong area of support. Why? Because of this. Go ahead and notice how many times we've actually used it as a bounce zone to the upside, right? So this bounce zone here, we have a resistance touch, resistance, right? We beat it. And yeah, so we've actually gotten a bounce here to the upside as well. Resistance here. And now it looks like we're starting to use it again. So there could be a bounce from this area here too, as we noticed before that this demand zone was a very curious one too, right? This one even more so than the others. Huge support here, very big support here, and every single one of those supports have led to a pretty extensive move to the upside, right? So, I mean, this is fucking ridiculous, guys. This is crazy. This is just a huge upside, right? So I really do think that the upside here is a little more probabilistic for the bulls, but let's continue validating though. I don't want to just kind of guess it like that. I want to make sure that I can give you some, viable information or tangible information at least, right? So, yeah, so referring to the 5-day volatility versus momentum backtest, you can actually see that we're still, and notice this, okay, 18 hours and 38 minutes, we're going to be closing this and the candle is green. Okay, so this would essentially, pressure the EMA 3 and that SMA 14 to the upside. All right, so there is a high likelihood that we can get this thing to finally pivot to the upside, and we're starting to get that cross above the moving average. This means that volatility component crossing the moving average, that's indicative of volatility entering. Okay, so there's buy pressure coming in. Right, you guys, so as soon as this thing starts expanding right into that critical volatility zone with an upside pivot, these are the metrics that I've backtested, right? So throughout the entire trading history of the COSM asset on the 5-day, we are looking at 6 out of 6 iterations that have been correctly guessed to the upside, giving us a 100% upside accuracy with an upside thrust of about 162.05% over an amount of days that's too absurd to even mention. So it's just a statistical value. Remember that it's not a certainty, right? But these are the metrics here. At one point or another, this is not going to be perfect, okay? So it's just, I mean, the last one that we got was, let's see, the 18th of January, and it was still an upside. Very, very interesting that we're still getting reads like this, okay? So particularly to oversold percentile with expansion. So, and here's another thing. This is another validator or a tool, right, used by analysts. So this is the DMI indicator, the ADX. As long as the ADX is above the 25 percentile, that gives market trend to the current leaders. So meaning that the bulls are above the bears, this is favoring and is giving market trend to the bulls, okay? So it's still looking mighty, mighty bullish. In fact, that 297 to 345 upside is huge already. All right, you guys, so let's continue on the analysis here and see what we got for this damn thing. All right, so here's another thing that we should keep an eye on, okay? On the 8-hour time frame, this is another volatility versus momentum backtest that I ran right throughout the entire trading history of it. Here are the samples, and this is the data that came back, right? So out of 9 iterations, 6 have been guessed correctly to the upside, and the context behind this one is the inverse. So from critical contraction to expansion, alongside stochastic momentum with an upside pivot, I've taken every iteration's upside thrust, duration, and the iterations correct versus incorrect. And this is the data here, okay? So out of those 9, 6 were guessed correctly to the upside, 66.66% to the upside with a massive 200% upside thrust over 6 days. What we're looking for this setup to actually play out is the following, okay? We need both of the volatility component and the moving average both pivoted to the upside and beyond the 15 percentile, right? So this is right now kind of giving us the idea that we may actually start to invalidate a regression. Okay, so this is a trend line regression rejection that we're facing here. There is a high likelihood that we can actually start making this and officially break out of it. You can use trend lines in momentum and volatility as well. Okay, and we speak about this formation all the time. We're getting close to 65 to 75% of the apex, right? So that usually means or is indicative of a breakout to the upside. Okay, you guys, so this is getting very close. And please notice that your stochastic momentum, your 14-day simple is now in the bullish control zone, and your EMA 3 is about to enter that because it's in the gravitational zone of the bear control zone. Okay, so something's up here. Okay, something's up. A 206% move to the upside based on an 8-hour backtest would put us essentially at about $9. That's ridiculous, right? So I'm not actually saying that we're going there. Just remember that it is based on statistics. It's just on average whenever we face this certain criteria from contraction to expansion, and the bottom side of the stochastic momentum, it's indicative of a move to the upside with these averages. Okay, so just so that we're kind of abundantly clear here, right? So I just want to make sure that you guys are understanding what I mean here. Okay, you guys. So let's continue on the analysis here and see what we have. Okay, so the top side, I'm not liking these 8-hour iterations, but remember, this is the minimum time frame that I will look at for candle analysis. Okay, so this actually is just telling me that we could face a downside to about 338, revert to that 338 mean, then actually find a bounce to finally actually reach the 374 or 373 target. Okay, so this is still my resistance zone that I'm looking at in the shorter term time frame. Okay, you guys, so to validate that potential quick downside to the upside, we're going to use the RSI, and this is the last part of the analysis for COSM, and then we will move on. Okay, so here it goes. Validation here on the 30-minute. We're getting a downside, very, very much giving us that the validity of the support touch down here to this target, right? We were looking at, let's see, this would be 337 with a potential wick down to about 331 before a bounce. Okay, so the 30-minute is giving us validity within that. As we jump into the 4 hours, very curious that the 4 hours pivoted towards the upside with a gravitational pull here. We have the 8-hour pivoted towards the upside as well. This one is in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, meaning that it could actually come back down, but we have the 14-day simple below us with an upside pivot, so it's all good. Okay, so now jumping into the daily, upside pivot even still getting very close to that gravitational zone. All right, we still have an upside pivot on the buy daily, and also the 5-day, which would be closing tomorrow and then showing us its effects by Friday, would essentially have it finally pivoted to the upside and beyond the gravitational zone, still above the 14-day simple moving average. I'm still favoring the bulls here, you guys. I would be very, very honest with you if the downside were more likely, but there is going to be a natural ebb and flow, of course. Some downside to be expected tomorrow, but that would essentially be that loading zone for whoever is missing out, right? So yeah, that's going to do it for ticker symbol COSM, and per the usual schedule, per the usual, right? Let's go ahead and now take a look at ticker symbol GTII and get this thing rolling, right? We got some other tickers to look at and continue on the analysis with, right? Okay, so yeah, we can start off with this chart right over here. So let me make sure that I note down the time. All right. Here we go, guys. All right, so GTII on the 12-hour, this is where we were talking about the momentum suggesting an upside based on 3 drives of hidden bullish, regular bullish divergence, right? So we were noticing this on momentum stochastics, and we were not noticing it on RSI, which now was very curious because we were able to catch the upside before the RSI gave it to us. So this was... the RSI was actually just pending validation, and this thing actually just came in and told us that there may be a validation for an upside soon. We were able to see from, I think we were at about here, where we drew this and said this would be the pivot here. We still haven't validated it, right? But so we kept these drawings in here, indicating that the blue 14-day simple would essentially cross above the 3-day exponential moving average and suggest an upside and continuation. And in fact, that's what we got. And I left the drawings in there just in respects for you guys so that we can see if we were consistent with our ability to understand an upside or a downside, right? So this is a little scary right now because we do have a 12-hour bearish engulfing. Tiny little candle here with a huge body engulfing that little green one, right? So that usually is indicative of a downside, but it may not actually be a downside as in we're done. Wow, what the heck happened today? Oh, right. Guys, remember that the downside that we faced today on a lot of tickers was in respects to the negative read that we got in the core CPI, right, you guys? So a lot of things are going to suffer within that. All right, so I mean, very huge recovery here, even still, which is very curious. So now let's continue on the analysis here because we're still testing that top side of the resistance. And in fact, it looks like we reached the top side about 178. We were on that process to the upside and then actually rejected, right? So let's continue on and see what what those potentials could be holding for us. Okay, so man, sell signal coming in on the last 6-hour iteration. I'm wondering if that could actually be accurate on all time frames. Let's see, the 2-day and the 3-day. Okay, so we still have the reversion rejection here. 6-hour time frame and the bi-hourly are the ones that I'm actually looking for. 147 bounce could actually be coming in for tomorrow's very short term before actually coming back up and bouncing from this. It's only natural for us to bounce from the clouds of the Bollinger Bands, right? So we're going to touch that bottom. We're going to get that top. We can come back, right? Come back and validate this as a support, right? Get some upside from that, and then start that ebb and flow again, right? So the important thing here is that we can maintain a higher high, higher low structure within this, right? So notice the overall range, okay? So it's still suggesting a bullish trend. Okay, so it's just the immediate short term that a lot of people get a little flustered about, right? But it's okay. I understand. I totally understand. Okay, you guys, so this is how we were able to see that we were going to touch that $1.78 target based on a volatility versus momentum backtest on the 6 hour, right? So that's why we had this on the 6 hour. Let's see what the stochastics are saying now on that 6 hour. Okay, so still a little bit of weakness from that 14-day simple, but the EMA3 is still suggesting an upside, okay? And in fact, we're starting to get an uptick here on volatility, meaning that we're increasing volatility. Okay, we have bears in control right now, but that's only because of what we faced in that last candle, right? So it's still looking not bad. Let's move on. All right, so this is on the weekly time frame. We're still looking good, right? So we already talked about this, guys. We already talked about when I ran that crazy ass rant, right, that we would likely come back down to this range here, bounce to the upside, find that 180, then we would, kind of trade this range here, but a lot of the times, guys, we can invalidate the range with just massive FOMO, right? So in this case, we're still favoring the bulls. And was this dividend split today? Or did it even get accepted by FINRA by chance? Guys, let me know in the chat if we actually got the dividend to be accepted by FINRA. And is it actually going to happen? Is this something that we are looking forward to, right? Because you can see here that the dividend is still... I mean, it's showing that it was supposed to be today. April 23rd. Right, so this is the weekly candles, guys. The only reason it says the 23rd is because we can very well touch the 23rd within this weekly. Right, so no dividend approval. Okay, all right. So isn't that is that a bullish thing? Because I don't think people wanted a dividend. So I don't think they've said anything about it. Right. Okay, gotcha. All right. So as long as they do kind of push, kind of kick the bucket down the road, then that can actually present us within the trading range. Okay, so today was the last day for the dividend. Got it. And remember, guys, I did mention that if there isn't any like real fundamental catalyst to push this thing above 180, then we would actually be ranging between the areas of about 121 to about 180. Right. So, and I did express that if you were trading this range, that you would be moving 40% up and down every single day. You can literally create your own squeeze. Right. But if we're talking about 121, that's about a 50% move to the upside. Right. So crazy, just crazy stuff here. So BBJ saying today would have had to been the final day to own shares. So waiting in FINRA, then that date will change. Okay. So no, not yet. The date says the 15th, December 15th, or the 15th of this April. So that would be just in a few days. Okay. Well, you guys. So it's still within my understanding that as long as we don't have a real catalyst here, then the statistical data would essentially just be prepped for a continuation to the upside. Right. So somebody in Twitter actually mentioned none of your thrusts ever happen. Right. So I'm like, And he was replying to GTII. So I'm like curious as to why he's saying that, because the thrust, he's like currently sitting right now at 243% to the upside from when it was called. I'm like, bro, are you serious? What's going on? And I definitely was able to get that 178 touch, right? So I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do. I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't, right? So I honestly think, guys, that as long as we don't have that catalyst, we could be range trading here. Okay, so expect not bearish things, but not overly bullish things, but a huge 50% up and down here. So and saying GTII is thrusty as fuck. It really is. This thing is still so frothy right now, guys, and it's the stats are just kind of pending now. They're just, I mean, look at this. This is the other thing I wanted to show you guys, right? So hopefully we can get all of the data now. Oh, again, they're not giving us the data. Really interesting. So yeah, we've had several iterations, right? It's just the beginning of the trading for this was not here in 2014. So I think it was like 1995, I think, or something like that. So GTII had a test of the top side of the mean before a push to the upside several times, and a lot of those iterations were 300% in an upside move. Bi-weekly chart, by the way, okay? So here's another one here. This is kind of a bit of an outlier, right? But we got a break above the mean band from the Gaussian channel. We validated this support and then made an upside move. So it's been happening historically, right? So I'm sorry that you're just not able to see the prior history here, but this is essentially what's happening right now. I mentioned this because we are validating right now, and we got to touch that Gaussian band, mean band, and now we are up to 157 from that bottom, okay? So the likelihood of a continuation to the upside here is a little greater than not. It's just the overall sentiment really kind of needs that that validation from the fundamental catalyst, right? So in this case, guys, I've only pushed as far as I could with the statistics, and those statistics have actually been fair enough to us, but eventually we actually do need the primary catalyst to come in and really rocket ship this thing to the upside, right? So buy daily looking like it's coming to a very, very critical end here, and we're starting to get curvature in strength for the bulls too. So that downside again is very limited. So just expect those touches down. You know, I'm not saying all the way back down to that range low that we were looking at, right? To about 297, or even to 122, or even this low. Let's see, what was the low? 118. But it's still there. It's there for our benefit, actually. So if you are long this ticker, then there's still another opportunity to maybe consider some type of position here, right? So as I would probably likely, do myself, right? So GTII does have a lot of thrust. It definitely has a lot of sentiment behind it. So the RSI now, for the last part of the analysis here on GTII, is suggesting a temporary downside, actually. If I can look at this just like this. So yeah, temporary downside. This is short term even still, okay? So let me actually bring it back down to the 4 hour and see just how far we are from that support, okay? So yeah, so if we're looking at the 8 hour chart and the 12 hour chart, so this is going to be the 8 hour and this is going to be the 12 hour here, the support touch could actually be at around maybe around that bottom side support that we looked at, right? But don't be discouraged, because it's just a range. Okay, so I'm starting to see the comments come back in, the aggressive ones coming back in, just because we're getting that ebb and flow again. But I warned everybody regarding the range trading, as long as we don't have that catalyst, right? So I wouldn't put too much worry on that, you guys. There is an immediate support here from the 14-day simple, which is indicative of giving us that bottom side support touch, okay, of the very one that we've been looking at, to the 122 area right over here. Okay, so if we do face that, another opportunity to gain another 40% or 40% gainer, or another 50% gainer, right, guys? So definitely keep in mind your GTII longs, okay, you guys. If you guys run in the money, it's already risky enough to diamond hand this, but remember also that it is a movement. It is kind of a statement for us to kind of push the shorts out of the way, and to get that entire narrative for fair for market equality. Okay, I do understand that as well. Okay, but Now you have my perspective behind this, okay? But yeah, still favoring the bulls, just a natural ebb and flow within the shorter time frames. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and finish off ticker symbol GTII and move on to the next one. As actually my dude here, Chop, asked me for this ticker a few days ago, right, or a couple days ago. That was a EYPT. Where do I have that ticker? Let's see. There it is. All right, so let's go ahead and just bring it. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. It doesn't matter, right? So yeah, let me just make sure that we are within a log chart here and continue our analysis. All right, good deal, good deal. So let's load up our tools, guys. EYPT, let's see, $3.35. This is yeah, let's look at the financials just real quick. So market cap sitting at 114 mil, not bad. Okay, so we have a 25.7 mil float. And a little bit of high risk, definitely some higher volatility within this ticker, so which is good, right? So your volatility for momentum traders, day traders, even short-term swing traders, this is highly ideal, right? To get in some volatile plays like these. So in fact, there is a setup, and it's actually very corrective right now. And historically speaking, the stochastic still has a massive way to the top side here. There is a lot of history within this ticker, so which is very good. The highest iteration I can see to my eyes would be this one right over here from August 13th. Okay, so that would be about 98.37%, and we're currently sitting at about 83.62. Now, the reason why I'm saying that there's still upside here, despite having weakness on the 14-day simple, is because the shorter time frame is kind of the leader behind this, right? So this would suggest a continuation to the upside because the shorter time frame is at least it's forward, not forward looking. It's not a leading indicator per se. It's a lagged indicator even still, but it's a shorter time frame, keeping a closer eye and being more responsive to the price action than a simple moving average, right? So a simple moving average landing in the 14 period rather than a three-day exponential. So this is very much closer to the price action and very reactive to it. So Joshua Lawrence saying, gang on GTII. That's right, man. We're definitely getting some ebb and flow here. The bulls are still in my favor. So we'll continue checking on that. But good to see you here in the chat, my dude. So yes, EYPT, guys, let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here. And another reason why I still am biased towards that upside here is in respects to volatility starting to contract. So this means that there could be a reversion play in play, and I'm not sure if we've actually reached that reversion just yet. So let's go ahead and load up that algo and see if we have something coming up, right? So yeah, in fact, we have reached that reversion. 285 was that, right? So if we are going to face a type of rejection here, guys, we're not getting it just yet, but we are at the very top side of the daily Bollinger Bands. So let's see the buy daily and see if we can get something interesting out of this. Still have an upside pivot on the buy daily. Volatility actually entering yet again, and we actually are getting into oversold. Okay, so we may actually have a setup deeper in time. So here it is. So 5-day time frame, let's see. 82.87%, but we are actually contracting, so this means that we have a pretty large upside in the 5-day iteration here. Okay, so 18 hours and 16 minutes, we're facing the resistance from this from the mean, right? So 342 is essentially what it's fair valued, but this can actually succeed this, okay? And if it does succeed it, let me guys, if we close this 5-day iteration above, anywhere above 347, I'm talking about even 348, right? So if we close this in the next 18 hours and 6 minutes above that target, we would essentially create a massive 5-day bullish engulfing, and with upside pivots here on the stochastics and increasing volatility, there could be a pretty extensive upside. But let me keep into consideration the shorter time frames though. So let me look at like maybe even the 8-hour to see what volatility is saying there. So even in the 8-hour, we're still at the top side of the bands. Critical contraction with an expansion phase starting, still in upside pivot. Let me get closer still. I still need to get a little more surgical. Guys, the bullish moves here may face a retracement in the shorter time frame, okay? So all right, so let me actually see where that 4-hour reversion is. So 4-hour reversion is at 321. Okay, and now the hourly reversion is we're right at that support or resistance now, and the bottom side of the band's at 320. So 320 is my target. Okay, so for reloading, downside continuation here on the hourly. Let's see. The volume on the 1 minute or 1 month. And also, where did we? Let's see. You're talking about monthly chart? Let me see it real quick. Yeah, there is a double bottom on the monthly here, and the let's see that volume actually. Yeah, so let me get rid of the reversion variant, and yeah, huge double bottom in both of them. They're hammer candles, so this is not even done. In fact, in 15 days, 19 hours, if we can close this, of course, above the 336 area, that would be another bullish engulfing here. And it is respecting engulfings in general, right? This monthly bearish engulfing definitely got realized to the downside. And facing this double bottom here actually does have a pretty high likelihood for a continuation to the upside. Not only that, is that increasing volatility here, and we have we have a consolidation a little bit, right? But the shorter time frames would be kind of the monthly would be reactive to the shorter time frames. So this is setting up something really nice, except that we're either early or yeah, check this out. The weekly is actually making a very nice contraction phase right here. So already moving below the moving average, and we're getting an upside pivot on the weekly. There is still a very, very attractive upside here to look at, right? So guys, I'm speaking about a double bottom, and I am very particular about double bottoms, okay? So they don't have a great hit rate, but when you are looking at a double bottom according to the playbook rules, you are looking at them on the weekly chart minimum. Okay, so when you're looking at a weekly chart and you see this, that is a double bottom. Okay, you guys, so of course we can actually see it on the daily as well, right? Just like this, but just know that it's more, it has a higher hit rate in the upper term timeframes. So that daily, guys, is still suggesting an upside continuation here. So if I can get you immediate short term bias here, these tiny pivots here do not actually suggest an upside. In fact, they do suggest a continuation to the downside and short-term fake outs, right? So buy hourly, crossing below the 14-day simple moving average, definitely a downside to be looked at there. And this is like I said, is just another form of this is just a ebb and flow here. It's very short-term. It could be all day tomorrow. To find it, right? 12-hour time frame, finding that support from that 14-day simple, which could be indicative of a moving average now. Okay, so let me pull up a couple actually. So if we have a downside to be figured here, 323 at that SMA 10, and I can get a little more surgical too. So let me load up the 7 period and 9 period exponentials, right? So let me actually display the EMAs. And bring up, let's see, I'm going to cut these, where are they? There they are. Okay, I'm going to cut this out, and this out, and leave the 7 period and 9 period in to get a closer perspective into this. Okay, so, yeah, it's still within the same area. So, guys, I would say about 321 could be a loading zone for this for a shorter term time frame play. But remember that a lot of times people don't like to get long these tickers when we are overextended. But this is stochastics, right? So, very short term downside followed by a continuation onto the upside. And if I can see the upside happening, then there could be a target to be looked at here. Okay, so now let's take a fib retracement from the current day high. The swing high to the swing low, right? So actually the whole day. So let's do it. Yeah, the entire day. So got it. All right. So that upside, if we were, first of all, we have a resistance between the 1.272 and the 1.618 regarding these candles right over here. Wick top right over here at about 372. The next target to actually look at would be in respects to this tiny gap right over here, right? So this gap here. Okay, so that would be just upside of the 1.618, which honestly would be a take profit zone in case it does reach above the 1.618. Okay, so yeah, so 2 targets here to look at for the shorter term time frame, right? So this would essentially be it. So 372 to the top side of about 387 could be a take profit zone for this. And I mean, it was just, and it would have to be short term because we are overextended in the stochastics, and we could actually face just a rejection or a pull, right? So I remember that we do have some pretty high iterations here, all the way up to that 90 something percentile. So if we do get that final thrust of this thing, then I wouldn't doubt it for a second, guys, that we can touch up to 405 or even 423 at the 3-spot 272. Okay, so as there is the top side of the gap right over here in line with that 2-spot 618 at 405. Very, very confluent. Okay, you guys, so just like this is kind of what I'm looking at if we do get that sentiment, that FOMO, to get that pressure to the upside, right? So these would be overall, the overall 3 zones, right, to look at, all right, you guys? So that's going to do it for ticker symbol EYPT. Thank you, Chop, for suggesting this, dude. But yeah, I definitely see a continuation here. And upon that touch there, when we come back down and retrace, very likely we would retrace to today's lows or the current highs of about 351 from 405, and that would essentially create just another higher high, right, and a higher low. So this is still very bullish, and it's still suggesting an upside continuation, my brother. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and stop that ticker now, and I want to take a look at my buddy Riza. He actually asked me to take a look at ticker symbol WW, right? So let's get that in line real quick for my bro and see what we can do for this ticker. Okay, you guys. So let me make sure that I can write it on my notes here too, as I'm not actually paying that close of attention into this, guys. I'm kind of winging it right now because we're not going to be continuing these the ticker pickers live too much anymore, right? We're going to be doing those live streams in the morning a couple days a week. And, this is just, I'm kind of messy right now, right? But not messy in the charts, just messy in my personal organization, as it's kind of like the last days of school, right? So you remember when it was to graduate from high school? It's just, oh my goodness, you did whatever in the quad. Let's go. All right, you guys. So yeah, let me just note here that we are starting ticker symbol WW. And in fact, let me open up the damn window because it's getting stupid hot in here. Right. So, there we go. So yeah, chat, thank you everybody for coming by. Thank you for sticking around and checking this out, right? Because I know that a lot of the yeah, seriously, man, I'm definitely getting worked up in here. A lot of the East Coasters don't get a chance to actually come on in here, right? So what happened with CEOS and CLNV? So actually, Roy, you know what? Let me just give you a quick little answer there. CLNV, remember we were talking about a wedge, right? So go ahead and take a look at this. See? So the wedge is actually the bottom that we're finding support right now. Okay, so another thing to keep in mind here is that it's now at about 75% complete to the apex, right? So if it actually, check this out, guys, right here. This is likely for GTII. This can go to 0. Guys, I don't know too many things that ever go to 0. So go ahead. Who's that? 70 Mustang? We should go and pay that guy a visit and say hello to him. That is so funny. Anyway, yeah, so just real quick, my bro. This is the support touch that we're actually getting right now. We did speak about a potential downside coming in, right? So now that it's getting close to that apex, just know that usually these wedges tend to realize to the upside when we're facing that 65 to 70% to the apex. We're already at about 75, so a thrust can actually start happening here fairly soon, right? So another thing is that we could be creating another shakeout here, so which would be indicative of a continuation to the upside, okay? But and CLNV is a very special character for me, you guys. So we have to really watch what's going on here, okay? Macro, we're looking at CLNV finally breaking on test number 4. There's a lot of validation to happen within this, okay? But there's still a chance to actually drop to the areas of about let's say about 459 to about 525. No, I'm sorry, 486. Dropping to that zone would actually encourage the longs to get some pretty awesome positions here for a continuation to the upside. So keep that in mind, okay, my brother? But yeah, let me go. Let me look at the ticker symbol WW for my good buddy Riza. And I'm not sure if you're still in here, my dude, but I will. But if you are, and I'm sorry, if you're not, then I'm just gonna go ahead and send you a ping that we have in fact looked at this ticker, right? So really appreciate everybody for coming by, guys. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And please remember that I actually still have a few seats left on the ArcMasters trading course. Find that Gmail in the description below and get enrolled. All right, so yes, WW. Let me adjust the timing for the starting on this, and that's going to be, what time is it right now? 6:55. So let's type that in real quick. So WW 6:55. Good deal. All right, so log chart, and let's get it moving. Was I already good? All right, perfect. So guys, remember that usually my tools that I tend to load is just I tend to keep an eye on, yes, raw price action, right? Always raw price action, but volume and just price, it should be your primary focus, right? As oftentimes I started streaming that I would gonna be taught to my master students too. In fact, the indicators is the week coming, so very excited for that. Okay, you guys, so yes, let's go ahead and continue on. The daily time frame is something that we should keep in mind first, right, for the assets. So now to maintain such viewers will experience. Okay, guys, you might get some buffering right now, guys. So there's just a little bit of a weakness in the signal, right? Because right now it's about what, 7 p.m. Definitely people are getting home from work. Let me disconnect my Wi-Fi from my phone and continue on right here, right? So yeah, that's what I meant. Stig is just it's temporary. It's the internet, right? Right now people are getting home from work, and the bandwidth is actually starting to minimize just a bit. Does it sound better now, guys? Let me know if it sounds better. Throw those days in the chat. Let me know that you can actually hear me speak right now, guys. I want to make sure that we are good. I'm just getting a little bit of a poor stream right now, but we'll continue right now, guys. No problem. Ta. You guys still there, right? Let me know that everybody's still there. Make sure to hit those. Make sure to let me know. Okay, so all right, good. You guys can hear me. Perfect. All right. Ed, what's up, man? Good to see you. There we go. So the stream is actually correcting just a little bit right now, guys. Let's now go ahead and get this started officially. Had a little bit of a scare, and they start to get online and stuff. So this is kind of a little bit of a warning that these times are not always the best times in a weekday, right, guys? So you may still experience a little bit of buffering here and there, but just keep an eye, okay? I'm still here, you guys. All right. So yeah. So WW. I hope we're actually recording this. All right. So huge upside pump here on the WW ticker. My goodness. Okay. So you guys know already how much I don't trust these little pivots, right? I don't trust them for a very good reason, okay? Because sometimes they just tend to fail, right? It's not true, just like here, right? So we got that little pivot, and then bam, it went to the upside, right? So not always can we trust these, but when I would actually suggest or consider taking the consideration, better said, a pivot like this is when we are close to a gravitational zone, okay? So if we are dangerously close to a gravitational zone, then maybe this thing could actually fill a deeper downside before a continuation to the upside, okay? So in this case, if we are, let me see the after hours. So 6:45 in the after hours, and a 12-hour time frame could have validated right now. This is what I was a little bit afraid of, right? So go ahead and take a look at this, okay? Let me minimize stochastic momentum and maximize a little bit of visibility here from our price action, okay? So this is what I mean now with a bearish potential, okay? So let's take into consideration this, this pivot, huge little spike, right? So we can draw a trend line just like this, right? And then we can draw another trend line from that pivot point back, okay, just all the way to that, wherever that peak is, right? So what you're looking at here is actually one drive of hidden bearish divergence, okay? So, and if I continue drawing them, you'll likely see that they are stacking, right? So just like this is another one here, you have yet again another one right over here, right? So as long as we are making a higher low, and we are making higher highs, you have a drive of hidden bearish divergence. So let me actually add that into the list, my dude. I'm not sure that I'll be able to actually get to it. Actually, I'm really not sure, but we'll have it in here no matter what. Okay, so what ticker was that? GNS, dude. What GNS? Wasn't that one that pumped to the upside like crazy? I mean, anyway, so. Yeah, you guys, so I can keep on, like I can really continue drawing them, right? Here's another pivot right here. So making a higher high, higher low. I'm not going to draw them all. I just want to give you a quick perspective as to how to identify divergences, okay? And what the hell is a divergence in the first place? So a divergence is actually the opposition of price action versus momentum, okay? So stupid freaking stream actually just, now it says excellent condition, and of course, a lot of people peace out, right? But it's all good, guys. No problem. This is going to be put up later for your convenience, right? So yeah, this is already suggesting a downside, okay? So also notice that your stochastic momentum oscillator is already oversold too. So let's just put a trend line here and see what, historically speaking, how much further higher or how much more thrust we can have, right? So it looks like this could be the highest iteration here, okay? So that looks like 98.14%, and we're sitting at 88, okay? So now that would depend on the strength of the bulls too. It's actually still pretty significant, by the way, okay? So this can still have a little bit of upside to go, and we may actually start to invalidate some of these bearish divergences, but we really have to surpass the target of 689 in order for us to invalidate that, okay, you guys? So Stickfish is saying I had to log out and back in, then it stopped the stream, and now it seems to be fine. Okay, good. Yeah, I have a little bit of weakness here, but it's still streaming. You may still get some errors here and there, right? So yeah, you guys. So this still has a little bit of upside to go. Let me look at the 8 hour. The 8 hour is still suggesting upside. A little bit of weakness here, okay? But let me go to the daily and see what it's got. Daily is pivoted towards the upside. That's curious. All right, 645 and 649 difference per the after hours close, right? So, and the buy daily is barely freaking getting started. Huge upside, critical contraction right here, guys. This may find resistance in the shorter term, meaning 689 touch, right? Maybe even tomorrow. Then it could actually come back down to the range of this. Let me give you this right now, okay? Just right about here. 621 to 608 could be a bottom side here for a loading zone. And it's in respects to the upper term timeframes. Buy daily, 3-day critical volatility right up here, right? And we are facing straight to the upside on the 3-day. The 5-day starting to get that pivot, and it's starting to expand, right? Volatility is increasing there as well. So starting from the daily, we have 3 time frames that are successfully suggesting an upside from a healthy zone. So now the 12 hour, the 8 hour, and in the 8 hour. Okay, so these are still suggesting a little bit of an unhealthy upside. So guys, I'm still getting errors over here. Okay, so just keep in mind that I'm still streaming. Okay, so yeah, we're still getting a little bit of an unhealthy upside here. So that's still indicative, guys, of about facing a 690 touch before a retracement back in the immediate short term to about 621 to 608, and then this in the next week, maybe late next week, we could actually start making some pretty exponential moves here. And I think that there is a high probability that we can touch. Let me make sure that I can get some things out of the way here. Daily time frame, very particular for me to look at this. Okay, so hold on just a sec. All right, so I need you to notice there is a very small gap with a lot of confluence behind it. Okay, this gap here. So just like this, we can draw the resistance zone like that. So now let me zoom in for you and just go ahead and take a look at the relevance of the target, right? So huge resistance there, resistance here, resistance there, support, opening of the candle here, resistance, right? The gap as well. We have the opening of the candle directly on there. So there is a lot of confluence within this target here. Okay, so if this can actually reaccumulate in a healthy manner down to a 608 or 621, know that there is also one more loading zone. I'm going to give it to you like this, okay? So in respects to this bottom side, the wick low and the opening of these candles here, that could be a secondary loading zone to the opening of this candle here, okay? So 567 to 583 could be another area for us to kind of U-turn here and then make an upside thrust to, I mean, obviously the most obvious target right now would be about 690 or 689, followed by about 722. Okay, you guys. So that could be something of high probability here. Okay, so as the upper term time frames are suggesting that, so conservative trader would potentially wait for the retracement from 689 back into this zone and then actually get long this stock from down here and then an upside, right? So earnings are to be expected with a very slight miss and on Thursday, May 4th, my wife's birthday. So I'm seeing definitely some pretty positive stuff here, guys. So this is absolutely going to be a play in the next days. This one is also another one that we should probably keep in our watch lists. Right, so upside continuation on the 30-minute immediate short-term buy hourly, actually still suggesting a little bit of consolidation here. 6-hour time frame, that's kind of like where that pullback can happen. This is validating that we are looking at or giving validity to these targets here. Right, so the space between the RSI signal and the 14-day simple could be that. Okay, and as well here with the 12-hour, right? So I'm not sure that the 12-hour can reach all the way down here, but it's indicative of reaching back down to these targets and also gives the chance of the bearish drives of divergence to actually make that downside, right, you guys? So that's essentially what I'm looking at here, you guys. Okay, so keep an eye on this. There could be a pretty nice play lining up fairly soon, all right, you guys? So the stream has actually, let's see, the stream is actually still a little bit weird, right? But just know, you guys, that I'm still kind of looking at you guys, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at, I've gotten actually 2 requests in the early ticker picks, right, in the Discord. So, Jay, damn it, man, yes, let me actually look at that one for you, okay? I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you or nothing like that, dude. Of course. Let me look at that one real quick and see what we have for you, okay? So, just like always, let's start off with the daily, right? And see what... Uh-oh, hold on. Was that a... Is that for real? Sebastian Lim, what's up, buddy? I'm not sure that I do, but dude, man, thank you for your donation, my brother. But of course, dude, we're tight, dude. So I'll make sure to look at it no matter what, even if it's not on the live. Okay, so I was curious to see if this was a bearish engulfing, but it definitely isn't. Okay, so that's already safe. Good, definitely a good thing. All right, so let's continue on here. Hold on, I'm sorry. I just want to get a huge perspective here and see what this is looking like overall. Inverse herpy-derpy, right, happening here, right, in a macro time frame. If you were to actually consider this as a bullish signal, which, by the way, I wouldn't actually suggest myself, right, as this thing has a pretty crappy hit rate. So this thing definitely doesn't have that big of a hit rate, right? So this could be our neckline, just like this here. Hold on. Yeah, just like this. And let's line up our top side to the lower end, right? So just like this, and we'll get a price objective based on this. Okay, so applying it to the top side of the trend line, this would suggest a very confluent target, actually, at about 307. And you can see the relevance of it, 307 being right down here at these lows, right up here at this resistance touch, right? So right around an area that has a lot of confluence is just what I'm trying to say. So now if we do take a Fibonacci retracement, very likely we can see some type of golden mean being touched at that level, right? So in fact, it's taking us right to the 2.272. I mean, it's almost as good as a golden mean there. So 305, it's following a geometric structure. Okay, so I like it already. So let me pull up volatility and see if there's anything coming up in the upper term. Okay, huge froth over here. Okay, so this is already suggesting a downside from the buy daily. So, but let me see what this can be on the shorter term time frames. Okay, so monthly and weekly bullish divergence, along with an increasing volume and earnings coming this week. Do we know if it actually has a positive? It's saying that it could be a slight miss, right? But and it says Thursday the 27th. Is that correct? All right, so immediate short-term downside, very likely to actually touch down at about 157 in the short term. Let's see. Okay. Dude, I mean, I'm getting a downside read on the time frames, right? On every time frame. Now, since we have so many downside reads here, we would actually have to wait for the buy hourly and the hourly to start correcting. Okay, so this is still a nosedive on the hourly, right? So, and it looks, historically speaking, of course, we can still reach down to some lower levels, another few percentile for sure. Okay, so this is bringing some light into a range here. Okay, so which could be right around here. So why I'm saying the shorter time frames, I'm giving precedence to the shorter time frames because they would likely start to topple over into the higher term. Okay, so just like this, these would actually start to continue to the downside and then create an upside continuation. And not only that, is I see kind of a regression sort of right over here, just like this. And we have a potential bounce zone to be found here, right? So that I'm not saying that that's essentially what's going to happen, but even in volatility, we have the inverse of that, which can actually find an area of support and start the incoming volatility again. And both of these things diverging like this give me this idea, 151 to 157, as kind of like a lower end target before a bounce. Okay, so that's just essentially how I'm kind of looking at this. Okay, so be very careful if you're already long, but there could be a continuation to the downside just temporarily. But remember that this is not actually like what is going to happen. I'm just saying based on whatever the charts are saying. But this could be a very healthy retracement for this, and it could actually lead to an even higher target. So you're looking at an additional a top side. I'm thinking minus 7.5%, right? And then this side right here would be about minus 4%. Okay, so there is that potential. Okay, so just kind of know or expect that. But usually, when I tend to see an opposition from my personal from my personal entry, and I see that there's a downside coming in, but the downside is limited, oftentimes I would remove risk. So meaning that I would pull out like 20% or 25% or 30% the position, and even if it's at a loss, right, and then re-enter that for a better cost basis at the bottom, so I don't realize the entire loss. You know what I mean? So it's just remember, I'm not a financial advisor, right? It's just my perspective, and you need to do your own due diligence and all that stuff. But this support touch here could be a pretty powerful one. Okay, so and it has already made a very, very, very massive move to the upside. Okay, so this would only be just a higher high and a higher low. So let's see. Oh, Bad Boy for Life. What's up, man? GTII. So I actually did cover that. Look, you see the time frame right up here where it says 7:14. So rewind the video to 6:28 p.m. and that's where I looked at it. All right, my dude. So I definitely gave the in-depth analysis for GTII there. So yeah, my brother, keep an eye on your longs for BT, but there is an opportunity lining up here, and in a very discretionary manner, you can. I mean, I don't personally do things like this, right? But you can sometimes. But you can actually see that on a 4-hour time frame, this has a lot of confluence with that ascending trend line, right? So it's just kind of another way to sort of look at it, right? So it's still suggesting kind of an ebb and flow here, right? Still higher highs and still higher lows. Not a problem, my brother, of course. Thank you, Sebastian. But yeah, man, yeah, I definitely think that there could be a very interesting opportunity for this ticker. Okay, so I would just urge you to watch your longs and then make some conscious decisions here. But yeah, this thing has actually divergences playing out everywhere. I see them, man. This is particularly to this right here. So this is this is a bearish one suggesting a downside, right? But there is also massive bullish ones, actually bigger bullish divergences than we have. Holy crap! Yeah, they're way bigger. Yeah, guys. So this has upside potential, but we need to reaccumulate first, and then we would continue on to the upside. In fact, we can even look at just one quick little thing for this, right? So we'll look at the SMI MFI, right? So this is stochastics and money flow. So it looks like money is starting to come in on the 12-hour. Let me see the daily. The daily has a little bit of a retracement coming in, money going out, and let's see the shorter term. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, so yeah, we still have a valid money is coming out right now. Okay, so that means that we are borrowing and shorting for now. So this is a short scalp, and it could be very, very much indicative of 164 to 152 before an upside continuation. Keep an eye on those longs, my dude. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Levitt's not a problem, my dude. Of course. So. Yeah, you guys. So that's gonna do it for that ticker. But guys, unfortunately, I am out of time, and I actually definitely need to run out. But guys, remember, I'm gonna be introducing the early streams. Okay, so I'm very much looking at a couple days a week streaming live in the AM. Okay, so meaning during market hours. All right, you guys. So remember as well that there are still some seats left in the ArcMasters trading course. Go ahead and get enrolled into that. Find a Gmail below. Okay, you guys, but yeah, I think we got some pretty good plays in, and definitely some upsides to be looking at. Okay, keep an eye on your BTC and your MARA. Okay, SPY coming down just a little bit, but it could be indicative of a bigger upside incoming. Okay, so Roy Lennar, I sent you a request on the email, but waiting on reply. Absolutely, Roy. I think I did see it actually, and I will be replying to you actually within the next hour. Okay, my dude, thank you very much for coming by. Will you still do tick? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Monster Mike, I will absolutely continue on the same structure, right, for the dedicated videos, but for the live streams in particular. I just feel that I can, Roy, absolutely. No, thank you, my friend. Thank you. I honestly feel that I can actually start to bring in not to say that the micros are bad, right? So not to say that they're bad, but just to kind of tell you that they present a high risk, and I would love to actually express my own kind of plays, as nobody has actually seen that. You know what I mean? Miss L, of course. What's that? Thanks, Michael. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get into the community. Okay, so a little more at least, right? So that we can see if we can get just better plays. All right. So as I don't want to suggest things that are very difficult. Like, for example, for me to chart out things like GTII and like just the very micros, guys, that's very difficult to do. The statistical analysis that I provide works way better with higher quality stocks, right? So we're going to be looking at small caps. We're going to be looking at small caps. We're going to be looking at mid caps, and also your blue chips and large, right? So it's just for you guys. It really is for you guys. But I also want to make sure that I can concentrate on my trading as well. So they're not going to be the live streams are not going to be as active as these, right? So we're going back to back, all these different tickers, right? But just know that they will have a better context, right? And I really do think that we can get away from so much emotional turmoil too. I know you guys know what I mean by that, but all right. So definitely keep an eye on your longs here, okay? My dude, listen, AMR. So real quick right here, my dude, I looked at GNS actually before we started this, right? Somebody, was it you who asked me? I forgot who it was. Somebody on a DM asked me about this. Okay, so you have a limited downside here. Okay, you're definitely looking at about 102. Expect a bounce from this 102 because you have a statistical upside happening in the upper time frames. Okay, so if we are able to face an upside, very likely could be from 102 or 103, okay? And then you could get the chance to maybe get out, okay? So I'm not talking about a final reversal here. I'm really talking about a short-term upside to potentially the top side of about 162, okay? So this is very dangerous, okay? Because the overall pressure here is still kind of favoring the upside, okay? But wait for that 102, 103, get a huge move to the upside, first resistance at about 144, then we can actually see the touches of about, I mean, it's hard to say this right now, right? But $2, right? But it's still, it's there. All right, so what time for the live streaming? I'm thinking maybe starting Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe, at about, I want to say maybe 10 a.m. starting, or maybe 9 a.m. just as I, and it's gonna fluctuate. It's gonna start kind of pulling back. I want to eventually get to start streaming at around 6:30 a.m. So it's just my son, you know, he's in a really messed up schedule, and I'm finally getting him to come back to a healthy schedule, right? So as I bring him back, I'm gonna be adjusting and continuing to adjust my schedule too. But as of now, it would likely be after the morning volatility, and then we could actually see the you know, a couple hours of the markets live. All right, and then prepare for the next day's tickers while they're still in play. So it's actually not a bad thing to do. So Dark Horse saying, hey Arca, what is the Master's Course? When does it start? Haven't received any info yet. So Dark Horse, I am looking at potentially starting on the 23rd Sunday. And it should be, I'd say, at about 5 p.m. Pacific, but we'll solidify all of that, okay? And also, master students who have already put in your payment, expect your welcome packages to come in by Monday or Tuesday this coming week, okay, you guys? So, but yeah, you guys, that's gonna do it for tonight. I have run out of time, but please send me an email, send me questions, whatever, on Twitter, on Discord. I am here for you guys, okay, you guys? But with that said, thank you, everybody, for stopping by. My moderators, you guys mean so much to me. Thank you. Key, I'm not even sure that I'm going to be the ticker pickering anymore, right? So, I mean, nonetheless, I'll go ahead and put it there, right? So, absolutely. All right, so that was a spear. Cool. All right, guys, but with that said, I wish everybody a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Thanks, Aiden. See you guys. Bye.